Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show. All right, this is Steve from Key West, and vacation is almost over. Just a couple more days to go, and this one is an interesting one. You can only get this on the Bourbon Daily. I mean, who else would do a show that is a bracket challenge to determine which person in bourbon would take the last slice of pizza? Well, that's what you got here. Enjoy.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the person most likely to grab the last slice of pizza. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jeff Lundstrom, Jessica Fulchin, and Adam Stump.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey. Not much, hanging in there.
That's good. So we're going to have a fun show today. Most likely to grab the last slice of pizza. This might not even ring with anybody. They may be like, "What? Who cares?"
I get it.
Yeah, other people, it's like, that's a thing. So
I have my pick already. So
yeah. So that's you're trying to determine who's that person who's like, fuck it, that's not even a thing. I'll grab that last slice.
I already know who it is.
Yeah, might grab it, not even think about it. So
I've got two that it's between for me.
So you got one and a backup. That's good to have a backup just in case something crazy happens. But before we get to all of that, Jeff said he had a question for us. So who knows what this is going to be? Jeff, what do you got, man?
Okay. My 8th anniversary was yesterday, and I didn't have a gift. And then, obviously, as we record this, Valentine's Day was just a few days ago too. I didn't have a gift for my wife then either. And let me tell you why. I ordered this personalized gift for her. It was a silver locket with both of our kids' faces in it. I want to get her this really nice thing for our anniversary, and they laser etched it in. It's color and it's really good. So I ordered it. And it showed up, I ordered it well before Valentine's Day because I want to give it to her on Valentine's Day. It showed up well before, but it only had one kid in it. So it only had one.
We gotta have a favorite,
Yeah, and so I emailed them and I said, hey, I ordered a locket with two kids in it, and I only got a locket with one kid in it. And they're like, send it back. We'll send you a shipping label. And you can send it back. We'll put the other one in, obviously, But it took like 3 days of me emailing them every day saying, hey, didn't get that shipping label yet. And they were telling me to check my, they're really going through the whole thing that you go through. Anyway, and like I said, I ordered this with well enough time to get it before Valentine's Day. Like I said, and then I said, well, I'll just give it to your anniversary because we had 5 days in between there. I figured they could get it fixed and sent back between then. Our anniversary comes and goes, still no present. Okay, so they managed to ruin Valentine's Day and my wedding anniversary. but the thing is what I want to know is, should I leave them a bad review on Etsy? They're an Etsy seller. How would you take care of that? Would you leave them bad? I've never left a bad review before on something like this, especially with like a small business and stuff like that. But would you leave them a bad review for that, or would you just say, 5 stars. Everything came out great. They ruined 2 holidays for me with their shortcomings.
Did you have you gotten it yet?
No.
When you saw it the first time, how did it look?
It looked awesome because one of the pictures I sent him was the kid in his, that plastic thing they put him in the hospital, not like they roll him around in on the cart. Adam, you've probably seen this, but it had his binky, that pacifier they give them when they're born, that plastic thing, and then they had his Vaseline, what that's for, Adam, or maybe not, but but they have a thing of Vaseline in there, and his name and all that stuff and his records, and so I wanted to crop all that out, just put a close up of him in it, but I want to send them the full picture so they had the the best quality one, and it just looked great. I mean, it was the only problem was it was on the right-hand side, and he was the oldest, so I wanted him on the left-hand side, but that's neither here nor there. No big deal. I didn't specify that, but
At least it wasn't some sort of stock photo, like some random baby that was in the
or me. If I was the second.
You can see your face on the baby.
I'm going to do that, actually.
It's a random baby.
I don't think it should be a bad review because you should have had. I mean, how long ago did you order this?
I ordered it like 2 weeks before.
Okay, that's your fault.
No, I ordered it 2 weeks before Valentine's Day.
No, that's your fault.
So 2 weeks.
Anything on Etsy, almost anything on Etsy, you should at least give them a month prior.
Really?
And you're customized there too,
because they are small businesses and they don't know. Like even if it says like it should be 2 weeks.
No, 3 days. 3 days is what it says on the listing.
Anything on Etsy, I always say a month prior to whatever it is you're supposed to give it to them because it is a small business and it is actually a lot harder to get. Like sometimes stuff just doesn't work out how you're planning it.
Right, yeah.
And especially for the small business, and they want to get things done. They and they probably had a shit ton of orders prior to Valentine's Day because Like for me, because I order a ton of stuff off Etsy for Christmas, and so I order it a month beforehand. And if I order it any closer, I'm probably not going to get it in time because this one they're getting a bunch of orders. And so this sounds like it'd be a Valentine's Day type thing, and so they're probably getting flooded with orders, and they're trying to keep them all separated. So it's kind of your own fault because you should have done this a month before.
Okay, all right.
But still, I don't think that it means that you shouldn't be like if it once it shows up, if it looks great, you should be like, it looks amazing. Just maybe make sure if you're ordering this to do it a month beforehand because you don't know what's going to happen. If something gets screwed up, it's not going to be as quick turnaround as you would hope. Then it's not Amazon,
right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so you could say that in a review, just make sure you do this a month before because of, sometimes you can have issues if something does get screwed up. They forget your child. If the actual product that you receive is really nicely done, I don't think it is a bad thing for you to be just don't count on the 3-day turnaround.
Okay.
I don't think that's bad of you to say that.
Okay, that's fair.
Because that's what I want to know. When I go look through reviews, I want to know if I'm actually going to get something quickly. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not, I want to know. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I better fucking order this quickly because I need it soon, or maybe I'll
and maybe it's a 4-star review and not a 5. It seems like I see our ratings. We either get a 5-star or we get a 1-star. That's it.
You can give a 4. You can give a 4. You can give a 3.
Yeah, people either love you or hate you with these things. So yeah.
So I don't think that it'd be bad of you to give that to say exactly what happened, but also be like, I do like the product that I got. Maybe small business. I probably maybe should have ordered it sooner. I didn't know that because they said 3 days, but.
Right.
It's not your fault, and I'm not saying it's not their fault either. I just personally, when it's small business, I'm like, give them a fucking month.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm glad I asked this question. I'm getting some good info because
notes.
Yeah, I'm serious because I didn't know how to feel about it because I feel horrible, like this deadbeat husband and his wife. Everything. My wife got me presents for both. Did
you tell her that she has a present on the way?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I kept saying, I should have it by our anniversary, and then it said, it would be here by our anniversary on the shipping tracking, and then it got delayed. But that's not their fault. That's not the seller's fault or anything like that. But
we've had these big snowstorms.
The fact that it took them like 3 or 4 days to get me the return label, that's where it ate up a lot of time. And and they were lying about it, like sending it to me because they kept saying, check your, spam folder and stuff like that. And that's where I get kind of, that's where it kind of starts losing more stars. Yeah, it starts losing more stars because
losing stars. Yeah.
They're dropping.
No, I'm glad I asked this question because I didn't want to, I didn't want to blow them up, and I didn't want to give them a 5-star review and and say everything was great and have someone else,
you shouldn't inflate their ego and let them think they did a great job because they obviously didn't fucking get the stuff sent out to you and they should have.
Right.
But I think that if they do have a good product, that you should say, this is great. I do really like it.
Yeah.
The problem was it did take a little bit longer than what I was expecting to take. And also, it wasn't getting a return label, which was a pain in the ass.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome. That is, like I said, I'm so glad I was on the show so I could ask you guys. I was really, I was torn. So torn.
Yeah, we're here to help. So if
there's 3 other people that find out. Maybe they think I'm a fucking idiot and that they should think you should just tell them to screw off.
Roast those motherfuckers.
I don't know.
From Adam Stump.
Shove that rocket up there. No, I've never ordered anything off of Etsy, and so for that worry too, just because I wasn't really sure how long it would take to get anything. But that is actually very useful information to order things a month ahead. So I am glad that you brought up that question.
Yep.
This is very helpful.
It's consistently there was some stuff I ordered for Christmas, and I was like, it's probably not going to even fucking show up. And then sometimes it magically shows up in 3 days, and you're like, wow, okay, what the hell? Okay. Especially if it's a custom order, though, give it a month.
Yeah.
It will show up, but just try to make sure you're playing things out more, instead,
I was kind of spoiled though because the only custom stuff I think I've ordered 2 custom things were from a friend of the ABV Network, Andrea from Still 630. She has a business that does those, and they came like that. She sent me, I sent her a request, she sent me a proof, and I was like right back, and then it showed up a few days later. So
that's cool. Since we're dishing advice here, I'm going to ask you guys some advice. I was hanging out today, waiting for some friends to come over on the internet, and I saw an ad for where you could get your face on a pillow, and I thought, well, Justine Mays' birthday's coming up. I'll be goddamn if I didn't order one with my face on there and send it to her. How much trouble am I going to be in? How much trouble am I going to be when that thing shows up?
You did not.
I did. Yeah. I'm like. Nobody tell her. If you guys are listening, her birthday's not till March 15th. I ordered it today. It'll get there before her birthday, but no one tell her because I don't think she listens to the shows right now.
I don't know, Steve. It's not exactly a month prior. We're about 6 months shy of that. So
good fucking luck.
She'll just get it weirdly out of the blue. It'll be like a box with your head in it.
That's gonna be great. I just think it's gonna be the most epic thing ever.
So is it a throw size pillow, or are we talking full-on body pillow, just snuggle?
Oh God, no, it's actually life size. It's 6'3". It's 6'3", and it's just like a pillow you'd put on your couch. Really, it's a couch type of pillow.
When very special guests come over, yeah.
Don't you think this could be the greatest thing? How angry is she gonna be?
What picture did you use?
Sit on Steve.
I was just like this.
Oh my God. Okay, so the little thumbs up picture. For my graduation, when I graduated from high school, my parents got me I don't know. I know that not everyone in the country does this, but we have graduation parties. I didn't know that everyone didn't do this, but so we have graduation parties. Everyone comes over to your garage, eats Sloppy Joes, and gives you a card with $5 in it, and looks at weird pictures of you from high school. And some people have videos playing of just slideshows. This was back 2006, and my parents had a cake that they got, and it was my face, a double thumbs up. And so since it's my face, double thumbs up, no one is cutting into that because that's your face, right?
Out of respect.
Out of respect,
you don't
they're not cutting into my face. And then I find out years later, we're cleaning out our garage. And I don't know how this happened, but the cake got put in a plastic bag and put somewhere in the garage.
And it lived?
I forgot about. And then years later, my dad's cleaning it out, and he's like, "What's in this plastic bag?" And he opens it up, and it's this shriveled up, creepy, frosty picture still of me giving a thumbs up, no thumbs up. That's just like creepily, like just a firm, like hard as a rock, petrified face of mine, just in the garage.
As horrifying as that is, it's nowhere near as bad as the time the family dog died, and it was North Dakota winter, and you can't bury things in the winter, so it was in the freezer. They go in the freezer. Brother Eddie goes in the freezer, and there's the pet dog.
It was very cold when my dad had to put him down, and so my dad just was like, well, I can't bury Rusty until summer, and so he put Rusty in a plastic bag and put him
Imagine finding a pet dog
in the deep freeze and told Eddie to go out and get some meat out of the deep freeze, and Eddie goes, what is this red fur? And it's Eddie's dog that he grew up with, like his the dog that's like just made him so sad forever because he died, and he opens it up and there he is, just frozen. Frozen solid in there, and he didn't know he was in there. He walks inside. He's like, "Dad, why is Rusty in the?" And he goes, "Oh, I forgot I put him in there."
He's good eating.
Yeah, that's maybe worse than my weird crusty picture.
Yes, that's worse than the cake for sure. All right, what is everyone drinking? We'll start with Jessica this time. What do you got there?
Oh, let's see. Let's get this kind. Elijah Craig, Elijah Craig 18 year.
Okay. It was okay. Could be in the mix. I've got a special one here. This bottle, I went to Stumpy's one time and picked out 2 barrels I was going to buy. I bought one, and then Adam said, "Don't worry, I'll hang on to the second one for you. When you're ready to pull the trigger, I will be more than happy to sell you that barrel." And I'll be damned, the next time I went in there after that, he's like, we had a big customer come in. I let him try your barrel. They bought it. So he gave me 1 bottle as a consolation prize. So I call that the Kick in the Nuts barrel. So that's the one I got here. I got a bottle of the Kick in the Nuts barrel. Here we go. Oh, well, Jessica did better than me there. So once again,
another kick in the nuts.
Yeah,
just one more kick in the nuts from
that sounded like a kick in the nuts.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Stumpf, what do you got? Who sold that barrel out from under me?
Oh, speaking of kicking the nuts, I've got some chicken cock.
No,
did you even open it either? It's like a full bottle too.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, what do you got?
What do I have? I have some Wilderness Trail Rye.
Hey, that's good. That's a lead.
That was a good one.
That was good.
That's a lead. Becca, you're last one, so you're between Jeff and victory.
All right, I've got some Baker's single barrel here, coming in 107 proof. We found down in our little honey hole.
Okay. No. Jeff is 2 for 2.
Wow.
2 for 2. So congratulations.
All right.
Again. Cheers, gang.
Congratulations. Cheers.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be time to do a bracket challenge to determine who's the person most likely to grab that last slice of pizza. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Katie Garrett with the Bourbon Buddies, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to talk about who's grabbing that last slice of pizza.
Yes, we are. So here's our contenders. Freddie No, Lenny Eckstein, Royce Neely, Jackie Zykan, Andrew Webrink, Steve Beam, Stephen Fonte, and Jade Peterson. It's actually some pretty good people there. There's not like a dick in there where you're like, this is interesting. So here's the matchups. Yeah. Here's how it's going to line out. Jade Peterson will take on Jackie Z. Royce Neely takes on Freddie No. Andrew Webrink takes on Stephen Fonte, and Steve Beam takes on Lenny Eckstein.
I need some clarification.
Yes, go ahead.
Is this a pizza eating situation where it's all of these people in a room? Or lay it out for me here.
Yeah, so you've got an event where all these people are there. You realize you're a little bit underfunded on the pizza. You don't have quite enough, so all the pizza is going to be gone. It's not a situation where you're going to have 10 boxes of pizza left. You do realize all the pizza is going to be gone, and it gets down to the last slice. Who's that person who's willing to be like, you know what? I'm more important than everyone else. I'm taking that last slice of pizza. Who is that individual? So here we go. Round number one. Jessica, you're first. Jade Peterson of Kentucky Artisan Distillery takes on Jackie Zykan of Old Folk.
I'm thinking.
You're answering who do you think is more likely to grab that last slice?
Okay, I'm going with Jackie Zykan. Jackie Zykan, St. Louis native. She's eating some thin crust pizza. If she's not eating that whole thing on her own, she's grabbing that last slice because she needs it.
She's grabbing the last slice. Okay.
Yeah.
Jackie Z goes up 1-0. What do you think, Jeff? Jade Peterson or Jackie Zykan?
Jackie Z would definitely take that last piece of pizza from me.
Yeah. I can't wait till that show comes out where you argue the whole time. Right.
I didn't argue.
She basically just took you to school. I missed on you the whole time. It was great.
So yeah,
right. Adam, Jade Peterson or Jackie Z? Who takes the last slice?
I'm going to give Jade some life.
Jade has life in this game. Miss Becca Sue, what do you think? Jade Peterson or Jackie Z?
I think Jade Peterson is a nice Southern gentleman, and I don't think he's going to take that last slice of pizza. I think that Jackie's definitely grabbing that up.
I do too. Yeah. Jackie Z moves on. All right, here's an interesting one. Royce Neely and Freddie No. Who is more likely to grab that last slice of pizza?
Easy.
Yeah, this one's easy. Up first is Jeff.
I'm going to go with Royce.
Royce, all right.
He'd need to put something in his stomach or something.
All right. Adam, what do you think?
I'm going to give it Royce as well.
Royce goes up 2-0. Miss Becca Sue.
I'm closing it out. Royce is definitely taking the last slice of pizza.
Oh, yeah. All right, next up is Andrew Webrink versus Stephen Fonte. And if you've looked closely during this party, Webrink actually had plastic bags in his coat, and he put several slices in for home that night. So the world's cheapest man. That way he didn't have to pay for dinner as well. So, yeah. All right, Adam, you're first. Webrink or Fonte? Who do you think's more likely?
This is tough. Like, these were my two favorites when I looked at the list. This is it. This is who it's going to be. Oh. I feel like it's going to be
Webrink. All right. Yep. Webrink goes up 1-0. Miss Becca Sue, what do you think? Webrink or Fonte?
It is 1,000% Weebrink because of the fact he is so cheap, and he's also like Andrew Weebrink is incredibly smart, but he's also a little bit oblivious, and he wouldn't even know it's like the last slice of pizza. He just grab it because he's hungry. I agree. He would just fucking grab it. He wouldn't even think about the fact that it's the last slice of pizza. He'd just be like, "Oh, I'm fucking hungry still. I need to bring this home to my dog."
Yeah. So yes, Weebrink, I agree. I'll cast the last one there, and then Weebrink does move on. All right, round number 4, Steve Beam. No way he would versus Lenny Eckstein. Miss Mecca-Sue, you're first. Who do you think, Beam or Eckstein?
Lenny Eckstein doesn't give a shit about if anyone else is hungry. He doesn't care. Lenny gives 0 shits if anyone else is hungry. If Lenny is still hungry,
right?
He's taking it.
It's a guy who doesn't even care about what his customers think because he's like, all they can do is give you a bad review. He doesn't care about his reviews. He's like, I own the company.
Exactly. Steve Beam would cut his last slice in half, and half of it. If he was like that hungry, well, did you want half of it still? And Lenny would just be like, he'd probably take the crust out of your hand if you were still eating some of it. So like,
I guarantee you,
Lenny.
Steve Beam would probably call the pizza place himself out of his own pocket and buy more. He would order more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know why he's on this list. All right. There's no way you could vote for Steve Beam here. No way. Clearly, it's Lenny who doesn't care about anything.
He does not give a shit. Steve Beam, one of the nicest people ever. I'm not saying Lenny's not nice. I'm just saying he doesn't give a shit.
No, he does not care. All right, Jessica, what do you think? Steve Beam or Lenny?
Well, after all of that, I have to go with Lenny. Yeah. Unless he's just really feeling like a real shithead, and all of a sudden catch Steve on a bad day.
I think we all agree here, and I'll tell you what, we picked the final. This is the right final 4 here, I think. So, Jackie Z versus Royce, and then Weebrink versus Lenny. Round number 5, I'm first. Jackie Z or Royce. This is tough. Both of them. I'll tell you what, there might be a scramble to get to that last. Yeah, neither of those two give a fuck. I think Royce, though. I think Royce gets it. I think it's close, but in my mind, Royce will get that last slice. Jessica, what do you think? Jackie Z or Royce?
I think I'm going to stick with Jackie Z on this.
Okay, Jackie Z has tied it up. You think she's quicker, maybe?
Yeah, she might be quicker. Yeah, she's hungry. Yeah.
All right. Jeff, what do you think? Jackie Z or Royce?
I'm sticking with Jackie Z.
Jackie Z goes up 2-1. Miss Becca-Sue.
Listen, my husband eats my food that I want still. And he loves me. He absolutely is going to eat everyone else's food. Yeah. There's no way he's going to wait for anyone else.
Yeah, I've seen this happen.
I'm going with Royce.
Okay. All right. Adam, you're next. You're tiebreaker.
I mean, we were just given live testimony. I can't not vote for Royce.
Okay. All right. That means Royce moves on to the finale. He'll be taking on either Weebrink or Lenny. This is a tough matchup.
This is actually very hard.
This is a tough one. Here, now it gets ugly. All right, round number 6. Jessica, you're first. Weebrink or Lenny? Who do you think is more likely to grab that last slice?
Let's go with Lenny. Lenny. Yeah.
Lenny. You gotta like Lenny. Yeah, absolutely. Small, with a big attitude, small in stature. And if it came down to the fight, he'd want to fight. Remember, Lenny thinks he can beat up anyone in the distilling business. So Adam, he thinks he can beat you up. He claims he can beat up any distiller.
I'm sure he could.
This is great. All right, Jeff, what do you think? Weebrink or Lenny?
Golly, I'm gonna go with Lenny.
Lenny goes up 2-0. Yep. Adam, what do you think?
So I get done. We went down to ISC last July, and I took down that 1948 Old Monroe that we had, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to reverse engineer it and all this stuff. And I get done with this long, sappy story about how we got this bottle. It's like the only one I know of in existence and all this stuff. And at the end of our whole meeting, Weebrink cracks that thing open and pours it in a glass. And I'm eating a Glenny full, like, up to here. He's like, oh, yeah, it's fruity. I'm like, it's the only one. I vote for Weebrink.
Okay. All right. Weebrink is down 2-1. Miss Becca-Sue, what do you think? Weebrink or Lenny?
Okay, so here's the thing about these two men.
Yes.
Lenny would eat it out of spite because he wants to eat the last piece of pizza. That's why Lenny's doing it. Weebrink would do it because he doesn't realize he's doing it.
Yeah.
So who's the worst one out of that? Who's the one who realizes they're doing it, or the one who has zero idea that they're doing something that, I mean, is it wrong? No, someone has to eat the last piece of pizza, right?
Right.
And
Nobody
so
ate
because
your
of that, I mean, I think that Lenny knowing he's doing that to someone is worse, and that's why I'm voting for Lenny.
That means Lenny moves to the finale.
Weebrink having no idea that he's doing something wrong.
Just oblivious.
He doesn't know. He has no idea. Should I pour out half this bottle into my Glencairn? Why not? Why wouldn't I do it? Did I do something wrong? That is a bad thing. Being oblivious is bad, but knowingly doing it just to make sure that maybe Jeff doesn't get a slice of pizza, that's probably worse.
Yeah. I tell you, Weebrink is oblivious of just about everything in life.
He doesn't know. He's so smart, but
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All
right. Our finale looks like this. Yeah, just pops it open, starts drinking it. Royce versus Lenny, round number 7. Jeff, you're first. This is an important event that we're doing here. The bourbon industry wants to know, is it Royce or Lenny? Who's grabbing that last slice?
I think it's Lenny. I think Royce is a Southern gentleman, and he would definitely let him have the last slice.
Okay. That means Royce goes up or is down.
Lenny.
Yeah, you voted for Lenny.
Yep.
Adam, you're next. Lenny or Royce? Most likely to take that last piece of pizza.
When does Becca vote?
She's next. Becca's next. Yeah.
Like, I want to hear the story. I want to hear the scenario that she's got worked up in her head.
She's thinking
About my
about
husband?
Yeah. I want to hear the Lenny versus Royce, like one piece of pizza, like mano y mano.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, God. So who did you vote for then?
I'm going to give it to Lenny.
Okay. All right. That means Lenny is up 2-0. He's on the verge of eliminating Royce. What do you think, Becca? You're next.
God. Royce is also similar to Weebrink in this, where he's not going to know that he's grabbing that last slice, or that anyone else is lacking. He's not knowing.
He's not even thinking he's doing anything wrong.
He
If you call out, you're like, you just took the last slice. You're like, what? So what? Yeah, what?
He doesn't. He can't keep. I mean, the other day he gets out of the car and I'm like, hey, can you grab those bags because I have a bunch of other stuff to grab, and he's like, just close the door. He has no idea he did anything. He just goes.
Right.
He'll just grab, he'll just eat stuff. He'll do whatever, and he just has zero idea. He's just like, apparently Southern gentlemen are just fucking oblivious. They don't even know that they're doing something that's offensive to, I guess, us Northerners or Midwesterners. They have no idea. They don't even know it's offensive because Midwesterners / Northerners, whatever, we do very much think about that last slice of pizza and who's going to take it.
Right.
And I have done myself. I've been like, you know what? I'm going to get that last slice of pizza. It's going to be cold soon, and no one else is going to grab it because I'm up in North Dakota, and everyone else is terrified to take that last slice of pizza because they don't want to offend anyone. But does that make you better or worse than the other person by taking it because you know that? I mean, I don't know. I still think that Lenny's an asshole, so he's taking it.
That being said,
Lenny's going to take it just because he wants to take it. And I absolutely love Lenny, but he would do it just because he's like, yeah, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Take
So here's where we're at. Lenny is now up 2-1 over Royce. It's my vote. And I do think they would be suspect to both take the last slice. As Becca thought this thing through, everything she said is right. I can't really add anything to that, and I can't even change what she did as far as her vote. I think Lenny would take great, appreciation for taking that last slice, and I think it's something that he would cherish doing. And he'd probably take one bite and then take it and throw it in the trash can.
I think he would do it because he thinks he's doing the world a favor.
He just picked it up and licked it or something.
One bite.
He'd do it because he's like doing everyone a favor. Hey guys, no, guess what? We got none of that of the Midwestern guilt anymore. I took it off your hands, took a bite, tossed it. No one even has to worry about the last slice of pizza anymore. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Wash his hands.
Here's the guy who comes up the worst cork pop every time, but thinks he wins each and every time it happens.
He's definitely eating that last slice of pizza.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go, folks. In the bourbon industry, the person most likely to eat the last slice of pizza is Lenny. So, it is what it is. All right, I think we picked the right person there, actually. So we'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Jessica, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Bourbonista.
All right, Jeff.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Never Not Neat.
All right, Adam.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Stumpy Spirits or stumpyspirits.com.
Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me not touching that last slice of pizza, but you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.